Om. Sadhu. Put. We saying prayers first. We saying prayers. Put on the phone. Prayers. Gajananam Bhutaganan. Go ahead.
Pita Jambu Palajala Bhakshitam
Uma Sutam Shoka Vinashakarakam Namami Viganeshwara Padapankajam
Sarva Mangala Mangalye
Shive Sarvat Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Om Trayambakam Yajamahe
Sugandham Pushti Vardhanam Urvarkamira Vandana Nritya Muksha Mayamrita
Om Bhur Bhuvaswa Tatsavitur Varenyam
Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Diyo Yona Petroneyat Om Bhuvaswaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Diyo Yona Petroneyat Om Bhuvaswaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimai Diyo Yona Petroneyat.
Vindravan Bihari Lala Ki Jai. You hear how sweet you do that? Get brave now, man. You could sing. God bless you. Good boy. Keep it up. This morning, last night we did a piece because of the full moon of the Sahasranam, the Vishnu Sahasranam, in addition to our Katha. On a morning like this, yes, it have people looking on, it have the audience who will come, but this is a day the person who have been praying, doing puja, and the pundit have to get ready to close. As you're walking towards closing the jug, you have to ask permission. God, if one day is soon to come, we have to leave this Yagyashala, that Kalsa have to lift. It have something called Shama Pratna, where you are asking, and this is where we go in and profess, I really didn't say my prayers. I really let my mind stray. I get angry in this prayers. I cry. I make a mistake. I contaminate other people pray. Now, if we are careful, you just say to yourself, I did my best. I do the prayers. But you doesn't think the injustice you just do to other people. I come to do Panchauti or group communal prayer. And if you're not careful, your standard of prayer might be good for you, but it may be disastrous to another person. Think about somebody who is selfish, somebody who is mean. Listen to the word I say now, mean, not friendly. You're going to hear about that in your katha today. If I am coming to do prayer as part of a family or part of a group, I have to be in simple language, friendly. approachable. Auntie, you could help me. Auntie, I'm hungry. Auntie, I need help. Uncle, I need this, I need that. In order for this prayers to work, it have to have certain features. And sometimes you're tired, sleepy, something is irritate you. That irritation, we believe, is the same energy that come from God. When you call the goddess last night, when they talk about Prakriti, the energy that is test you. If you define that irritation, the source could be a hungry, a sleepy man is an angry man. But we hear last night where Brahma create the Rakshas and say your job is to instill hunger, instill thirst. How they start to run him down, and while he running, he making Devta to fight them. This knowledge, if you ain't know about it, you go wonder, but how come Durga had cutlass in she hand? But you're telling the Hindu, do not pick up the weapon. Simple language. Practice non-violence. When you watch Hanuman, when you watch Shiva, when you watch everybody is a weapon. And the rationale behind it, they were created Indra, Agni, the Lokpal, the Dasdigpal, the different people that live in the land, live in the north, live in the south. The whole science was to counteract the negativity in the Rakshas form, in the example of the influence of hunger, thirst. In Ramayana, when Kakbhushan says the greatest sin or punishment that a person could get, when Garud asks him the 7 questions, in Uttarakhand, the first chaupai, he tell him, the biggest sin or punishment that person could get is poverty. Poverty in Kali Yuga will make or money, will make or motivate somebody. Silence, sorry everybody. Oh, look, Monday, he reached Sitaram. Look, God reaching me, praise this child. Sitaram, babe, tell them, Sitaram, go and bow by Baba's foot. Look, Baba sitting right there, go and bow by Pandit foot. Very good. When you look at and you analyze this type of prayer with this type of discourse that we're given, this is not the katha that we've done before. Meaning Lord Krishna born, Lord Krishna live a hill, he play with some cattle. We're getting deeper into it. This entire section has to do with something called Sankhya Yoga. And you hear about Sankhya TV. I write it down, Lord. What is Sankhya? Sankhya is a yoga or a part of knowledge that leads the person to realize the truth. People have fancy words like God realization, self-realization. But sometimes the person does not realize where God lives. What is God? Who is God? God realization. I now realize that God is around me. When you look at the form God take in our Bhagwat this year, God doesn't take a tangible form. He does not take the Vishnu or the Varaha alone. He takes the form of time, tickling the beard to make it go from black hair to gray hair. In everything that you do, what does make your toenail grow? Are you really in charge of your body? When you hear he created the element and the heart have to beat. When you put Ganesh Baba here, that child who did at San Fernando Hospital yesterday before, the child choke. What is choking? When we talk about the two, when it defines death as the two breaths separate. So the person does go through a gasping point where something is missing. So the idea of resuscitation in Bhagavad is given that if the person allow that air to meet, the life could come back, reunite. Is it possible to put the soul back in the body? Yes. That is how it is possible to resuscitate somebody. Hindu Dharma talks about that, and it does not stop a person. For the young people here, if the doctor sees, especially in other countries, not Trinidad, but there, people like Seventh-day Adventists, they have in part and parcel of their religion, do not resuscitate, do not do surgery, do not do blood transfusion. Your position, know yourself, self-realization. Hindu does not have a problem with resuscitation, needed surgery, for example, blood transfusion. Meaning why? Because we believe utilize the medicine, whether it is the Ayurveda talking, like in this fella who we listened to last night, Kadamba, or you go to a doctor and they take from the aspirin plant and they make aspirin tablet, keep the cholesterol down. Those things was created by somebody. So if Lord Brahma create the medicine and it is there for you, charged with the Devi. This is why in your prayers, whilst you could offer things like the different perfume, the kalsa, the diya, as a sitting purpose, a lot of the things that which are how we have to come from nature. Leaves, flowers. Today we understand if I boil hibiscus, my fever, my cold could go. If I boil the mango leaf, the sugar could drop. We learned years ago when I was talking about the times when you're sleeping in the temple and the sadhu coming to spend the night. And in the night, people learn these tricks and traits in West Indian culture. It is not that all the time somebody would tell you, listen, Sitaram, boil pan leaf, boil clove, and where's the next thing? Camphor. When you have fever and the fever, what did they say it inside and it's not coming out? Boil those things and drink, and you will see how sweat it off like a brick. Those sciences encourage taking medication in simple language, but the premise is that the goddess charging this plant, sitting in a calm state in the plant, activates when you put it in the body. If somebody asks you, what is medicine? From a place of potential energy, it is sitting in the plant as a herb, neutral, natural, sitting, cool, get into the body and becomes kinetic energy or actively fighting virus, building cells, building tissue, replacing cells and tissue. For this reason, don't we boil zabuka leaf, soursop leaf to sleep? If it was not so, the support that the goddess is giving the person would be lacking. But God knows the truth. For this jug, I must be drinking about 5 cups of coffee for the day. And when the night come, when that interfere with your sleep pattern, and I can't sleep, soursop will calm you down, non-addictive, calm you down. And the person who have a problem or an imbalance, Durga is the one inside the herb. But this is something you have to realize when somebody say, I bow to the plant. What are you bowing for? Is the content of the plant, the mother coming back into your body to bring back balance. The person might sleep, the blood count might go up. I take the papaw leaf, the platelet might come up, and in different ways, she is saving the person. For this reason, on a morning like this, from the Chandi part, people chant something called Siddhi or Siddha Kunjika Stotra. It is the prayer that name simply mean you is the power Shakti that allows a person to accomplish their purpose. A father will pray for one thing, a mother will pray for something else. A 5-year-old will never pray the same way like a 50-year-old. I came to prayers for something, I'm praying for the exam, whatever it is. Today and tomorrow, when we are concluding the prayer, dear God, if I make a mistake, forgive me. I'm praying for help. Shiva Hare Shiva. When that started chant, God make me victorious in what? How? What it is you praying for, that can't be where I praying for. I do X, Y, Z, I donate honey, I donate roti, I offer hawan, I do all this for what? This is the day make for that kind of prayer. Understanding how the goddess does work. Understanding this Bhagavad discourse with the Sankhya Yoga. That is why the television station put the name Sankhya. Realize where God lives and who you is and how God is working around in the example like the gray hair or your toenail growing, and a simple example that God influence growth change around you and you are not in control. But the foolish person think it is my body. When the person drink milk and it put back the marrow or the calcium in your body and it stop a cramp, for example, where did the medical content of that milk, plant or whatever fruit, where it come from and who put it there? Then the person realized, but wait, it's God and God and God in different ways. And I just like a passenger in a bus and somebody else driving the bus. Then it work. Because when you're going out to pray, God sit down with me, a catching cramp as a lady, maybe in menopause, I standing up and I feeling like this place going so. I go in and eat fig. Full moon pass, I go in and eat fig. The potassium content of fig, you will be in a pleasant mood. People who suicidal cannot kill themselves, they will feel good. People who given up, look how I come, they cut off me too. I feel like a helpless and a pampers and I'm very depressed. Give the people fig. You will see the person little bit, they will start to normalize. People who depressed, they take potassium tablet for that. You utilize the goddess in that form. What sense it make a touch of murti and the lady willing to help you through herbs or healthy eating, and it could save your life. But I did touching the murti and I never ingest the goddess. Eating right, living right. Further, eating the fig. When you see they put fig in your purse, oh God, it is big cumbersome when it's sticky, but it have a purpose. It is healing me in this little example. The lady feeling like the room spinning so, or somebody quick to faint, eat fig, the potassium will help the blood flow better, and the person does not get giddy. That is the value of potassium. When the lady leaching out different things, God put it back, Durga Mata put it back. This is why God bless the food that I eat. God allow the content of this food to nourish my body. I need your help. This morning before we do the arti and reading, put your hand together and pray. Dear Mother, I learning a girl, I learning. As I learn about you, help me. Shiv Uvach. Shrunu Devi Pravakshami Kunjika Stotra Uttamam Yena Mantra Prabhena Chandi Japaha Shubham Bhavit Na Kavacham Nargala Stotra Kelikam na rahasyakam na suktam nyapi dhyanam cha nyasuna cha varchanam kunjika pat matrena durga pat phalam labit ati guyang taram devi devanam nyapi dhulabham gopinayam pratena swayam yoni parvati mara. You are the one. When people are using maranam incantations, prayers to kill the enemy, bad prayers, as we hear how the people use the prayers to try to kill Christian. Mohanam is Vashikaran, prayers to bewilder, to enchant another person. And Vashanam, prayers, dear God, the person praying, when they say they light a light on your head, prayers to subdue the person. Urchanam, incantation to cause death, to feed on another person. What we in West Indian culture and Baptist culture is cemetery work. Dear Lord, use the energy of everything based on my prayer and my sacrifice. Nullify the effects of these type of prayer. If in my life I have an enemy, I have somebody using these type of tools against me. Stambano adikam devi patna matrena samsiddhyayit kunjika pat stotra uttamam. Om em hrim klim chamunde vicha. Om glom hum klim jumsa jwale jwale jwal jwal prajwal prajwal. Om em hrim klim chamunde vicha. Jwal hamsam lam sham fat swaha. Om Namaste Rudra Rupinyai Namaste Madhumardani Nama Kaitaba Bharinyai Namaste Mahisa Sarini Namaste Shubhahantreni Cha Nishubha Surya Gatini Jagratam he Mahadevi, Japam Siddhya Kurushtva Hemkari Srishta Rupinyai Hemkari Pratipalikaya Klimkara Kama Rupinyai Bija Rupai Namostute Chamundai Chanda Gati Cha Yenkari Vardayani Vicha Chabya Nitya Namaste Mantra Rupini Om Dham Dhim Dhum Durgate Patinim Vamvim Bhum Vageshwari Kram Krim Krum Kali Kadevi Samsim Summe Shubham Kuru. O consort of Shiva, we call on the different yantra, the different forces, the dham dim dum, for example, the different forces that you allow to hit me as a person in different ways, bringing sadness, tests. For example, you rob a person of sleep. Mother, please be gracious, be merciful, and allow me to have sleep. Allow me to digest my food. Allow me to live normal. Om hum kara rupinyai jam jam jambanandini bram brim brum bhairavi bhadra bhavani te namo nama. Om cham kham tam tam pam yam sam bhim dum em him sham diragram trotaya deepyam kuru kuru swaha. Om pam pim pum parvati purna. Om kam kim kum kechari tatha. Om sam sim sum sapta shati pat divyai mantra siddhyam kurushtva idam tu kunjika stotra mantra jagrati hitave abhyak neva dattavyam gopinayam raksha parvati yastu kunjikaya devi hinanam saptashati pat na tasya jayate Shri Siddhyaranya Rodhanam Yataha Iti Shri Rudramale Gauritantre Shiva Parvati Sambad Kunjika Stotra Pat Shanti Sampurnam Pujyami Samarpyamyam. Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Listen to this part now. Second to last verse that we just chanted. This hymn or stotra that is considered the key to worship, for protection, for accomplishment of any task, is meant to awaken the inner power of a person. It is not to be imparted or recited to a non-believer and non-devotee. O Parvati, from the lips of Shiva, who talk in Shiva, treat and protect this secret from the person who is a spiritual imposter, the person who uses prayer for wrong. This is for the person who is realizing what God is, and searching for God. I want to hear more about me and know God. Let me be quite clear. This is not some pundit this feel. This is only for them. This is only, think what I'm saying. When we have prayers, we want the best stotra, we want the most potent puja. But I will only chant the Hanuman Chalisa or the Durga Chalisa, which is truthfully the weakest prayer. Less meaning. These prayers come from the lips, for example, of from Lord Shiva. But when you hear Hanuman Chalisa, that comes from the lips of a poet, a man. So for that reason, the source makes a difference. And if the person, when you read verses like that, the person think, well, you just eat meat, you less than. You don't do as much prayer, you're less than. But that judgment is what he's talking about in chapter 9. The person is supposed to inspire and lift the person, encourage the prayer. They're lacking, encourage the prayer. You're repeating yourself 10 times, 20 times. Which mother and father doesn't do that in their house? If you have a child and your job is to fight that child with the stupidness, the laziness, everything that child doing, the parent is the parent who win the fight, not the one who give up halfway. You don't reward or in any way give an accolade to a parent who says, you know what, you want to learn, you want to eat, don't eat. Don't take the vitamin. But God bless the mother and father in my analogy that says regardless to your mode, You're afraid to take tablet. You want to eat healthy food. I am going to cook the food. You have no choice. You have to eat what I cook. You have to eat the healthy. Sit down. Because if the day you get sick, it's going to be my bill. It's going to be my responsibility. Somebody going to say, I am negligent. So I have to lift you up in the same way. When somebody says, only depart this, impart this to a devotee, then you have to lift the person's devotion. And this is why when we get to sit for yag like this, and you learn and you grow, I didn't know, I never knew this, that make you what you call a yogi. If yoga is a part, not I'm going to stretch my foot and bend my back, that is another man interpretation. Yoga is defined as the path that leads you to God. Along that path or a path, you will hear, we talk about doing different hand gesture, doing different sitting gesture, the way you fold your foot, folding your foot or sukhasana is one method. It have different way you put your body to get different or hone different energy from the earth. So it cannot be, I am taking a pose or a back stretching exercise like Surya Namaskar only. It have breathing exercise. It have different things a person does beside puja that we call yoga. But when you say yoga in Western civilization, people think, oh, he's talking about downward dog and this posture and that posture alone. If a person stretch in the gym, that don't make you a devotee of God. That don't make you a righteous person. Kumkaran was a very athletic man. Hiranyakashipu is described as a muscle-bound monkey, raging hatred for life. But he had a muscle. So I'm sure at some point he would have done some exercise. If yoga becomes only exercise and you are not putting in the God content or linking that activity to God, then you are growing one muscle, but this muscle and this muscle with compassion, empathy, etc. is not developing. Hinduism is preaching do everything with that development. So as you grow physically, diet, thinking, praying is working in tandem and not out of step. So you're constantly in balance. Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Everybody, let's stand now as we do Arti. You can sing Arti on your own. Wave. You're capable. I think you're capable. All right, you want me to help you? All right. Sajam cha varti sanyuktam grahina yojitam mayam
Devam Adedevesham
Trailokya timidapaham Jai Jai Bhagwat
Bhagavan ki hai aarti पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भगवान भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती
पापियों को पाप सी है तारती ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचम वीर निराला नव ज्योति जगाने वाला हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग की मंगल की आरती पापियों को जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप सी है तारती। ये शांति गीत पावन पुनीत को मिलने वाला, हरि दर्श दिखाने वाला, है सुख करनी है दुख करनी, है सुख हरनी है दुख हरनी। हे मधुसूदन की आरती, पापियों को पाप सी है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती, पापियों को पाप सी है तारती।
जय जय भागवत भगवान की
है आरती, पापियों को पाप से है तारती। नरन जग पंड कोल तन मर्ग दिखाने वाला, बेगरी को बनाने वाला, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही, प्रभु की महिमा की आरती, पापियों को पाप सी है तारती। जय जय भागवत भगवान की आरती, पापियों को पाप सी है तारती। बोल हरि गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो, 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 गोपाल बोलो, गोविंद बोलो, गोपाल बोलो, राजा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राजा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो, राजा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो। जय।
Good job. Everybody, please have your seat. Let me do our discourse, and then we'll do a couple of verses from that Sahasranam in Lord Vishnu name. Put your hands together, everybody, as we do our last morning Sumiran for this year. For those of you that are here this morning, those of you viewing, ask God to allow you the cognitive sense to understand what He's about to teach you. All you know the Sumiran, Dar, come. Yes, you find it in this one. No. See, and how did this do the technology? Redhi Sedhi Data
सेधि सरन वारन मरना, सुमिरो बारंबार, मदन करन के लाल को, गणपति कृपा निदान, ज्ञान आनि आनंद भवन देहु मोहि वरदान वरनो भाषा भागवत जय शिवानंद कान भूतनाथ भव भय हरना भक्ति विषय निर्वाण गौरवदन मंगल करना हे ब्रज चंद मुकुंदा ब्रजभूषण दूषण हरना कटहु भव भय पांडा चरण शरण ले अनाकरा जय 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 जगदीशा श्वेत शेष महेश जा महिमामित बेवा वेद भेद जानत नहे रेधि सेधि दाता सेधि सरन वारन करना सुमिरो बारंबार मदन करन के लाल को मदन करन के लाल को
Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki Jai. This morning we are in chapter 25, book 3. And Lord Vishnu, last night we heard of how Devahuti, the daughter of Manu, who is now married to Kardama, they made the 9 daughters, Ansuya and others. When you say Om Shanti, 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 that was one of the girl children. And she brings about a Shakti, a benefit of peacefulness. When a person is totally paranoid, Shanti is the only blessing you're looking for. When a person is afraid, for example, what we live in Trinidad, for those of you in other countries, you may not realize what peacefulness is until you're afraid. There's a bandit on the street. Those people got robbed next door. Maybe I am next. I am afraid. When you start to stop trusting burglar proof, when you know to yourself, I'm living in this jail and still it is not enough. When you live in a place, okay, you could have all the safety, but you have to step out at some point. Shanti comes in your life to take away that form of anxiety. People move, leave country, move out of a village. They will leave a job just looking for Shanti, looking for peace, leave a marriage, divorce, start over, looking for peace. And imagine we have a mantra calling peace, bring peace. And there are many people do not see what is the need for peace in my life. Think what saying you feel when we say Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Every child, I use in children, you think every child is saying that part. Dear God, I really need peace in my life. You for yourself, you to say, are saying Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. I wonder what kind of prasad they make. You're really paying attention to what them 3 words, what them simple words mean in your life. For the lady who in an abusive relationship and the man beating you morning to night, the person cheating on you morning to night, you're going to understand what Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti mean. Mother, I am conjuring you, I am calling you from nothing, take a manifestation in this way. I come prayers and I pray and I do all this because I want peace in my life. What your marriage look like, what your children look like, what is the threat, how that threat look, that is where it get individual. and you had to pray for that. Otherwise, Uncle Vishnu praying for one thing and I praying for something else. But I saying, well, it's Vishnu prayers. So wherever he pray for that, good, Om Shanti, 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 without ever thinking about what you're saying or why. Whilst these two people are saying mother and father, are talking about the role of parent. Last night we talked a lot about the role of the father, for example, in the life of the girl child. We talked about Kali Yuga affecting the family structure and how it breaks. And in it we hear that Brahma says, I am the Aja of these girls. My son make children and are so happy. Train them properly. Then he says, because of the good work you are doing and how when you raise a girl child properly, how she is able to uplift society. For that reason, at this time, Lord Vishnu wants to descend in your family. He wants to come. Please allow him space. Please give him time. Kapil is the name of this incarnation of Lord Vishnu. But he does not have a murti in the temple. There isn't something called Kapil Puja. The only time you will find that reference is when you see people are doing tarpan and they are offering for the gurus. That the person who creates self-realization, God realization, somebody had to make it. Who made it is this form of Lord Vishnu. That is pushing a person. If you look at that picture of Lord Shiva and you do your Shiv Puja, that is the equivalent in Hinduism to primary school. And as the person understands more, let me just say, God bless you. Same Shiv Puja, the first day we did Manas prayer. Manas prayer is when I, at home, not for people to see, but in my personal prayer, boy, I could close my eye and I still see him. I have that discipline now. When I sleep and I just dream him because I get so accustomed with Lord Shiva living inside of me that I'm in the taxi, I'm in the plane, I'm in the job, and I could talk to him. I could say, Lord Shiva, I offer you a little fruit. Lord Shiva, me I have pomerak today, but I want to feed you pomerak for whatever reason. Om Namah Shivaya. The person is going now primary school, secondary school. Forget the Shiva, forget the Murti, and forget that look. Let me go university level. I see Shiva in them little children laughing, playing. So when I feed them with my parsad, if parsad is by definition my blessing, the person shared for me, I am seeing the goddess in them little children or the older lady. And I would like to feed you because I see the God in you. I know God live inside of everybody. So when the person practice charity or seva or encouraging community, prayer like this, and you have to understand why I am not encouraging you to pray because you are less than. I am encouraging you to come accept my invitation because I look at you like a devta. I expect that my guest is my God. And when the person reaches to that height of prayer, that is where you evolve. But if you are only looking at your murti, and only focusing on that, outside becomes worship, but internally, the person is yet to evolve or develop. As we enter into this part, Sukdev Goswami says, Kapil did not born from male and female touch, but he manifests from a thumb-sized dia light. Lord Vishnu takes this form, manifests in front of the mother and the father. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu
Satchasayana Samskita.
Help him sing. No, right.
Namaste Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupina Sanstita
Nahyasta Varna Kapil Roop Viranya Sarva Yogitam Vishruyam Shrutu Deva Buddhi tasyanti maitrayatam
Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupina Sanstita
Namastasye, namastasye.
Namastasye Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupina Sanstita.
Although having no birth, the great Kapil, founder and the person who categorizes different thought, that gives a person the ability to hone, to develop the energy that goes to charge and power the various chakras sitting in a person's body. By their thought, a person's deeds improve. And with this acquired knowledge that was first taught by Kapil, many people, creation is able to access different forms of blessings in this life and after this life. Although, Guruji, although I have repeatedly heard the story of God, how Mahavishnu is the greatest male, I still don't understand some of the teachings, some of the katha that I have heard related to Kapil Muni. Please give me so that I could understand the reverence or the teachings of this self-incarnated form. Please tell me what happened in that house going forward. Maitreya is relating to Vidur, and he tells him, I heard this from Krishna Dvaipanya, one of the Vyas that gives teachings to people as time is passing. He says that after Kapil Muni had manifested, Kardamba remains in the home for a little time. The mother is the one who nourishes and treats this Lord Vishnu incarnation predominantly. The father, after fulfilling all his duties, wants to renounce certain things and practice vairagya or giving up disassociation, and leaves the home to go and live in the forest to focus fully on God and not study spouse, household duties, making children, etc. That time is past. For the pleasure of his mother, this child would display certain things, different leelas, but constantly he would guide the mother, I guess as all children do, saying things that invoke a wonderment, wondering how or who taught you to say these things. Simple example, Devahuti, knowing the teachings of Datta, hears this knowledge coming from this little boy, and one day she says to him, I am tired of only rewarding my senses. I smell something nice, I go searching for the flowers that smell nice. I hear something sweet, I go searching to see the bird. And when I hear the bird, I enjoy or I relish in the sight of this animal or this beautiful thing that God has created. I have done enough external searching. Now that I have you, I wish to do internal searching. I want to evade all the miseries, ills that come about from constantly in birth and death, the pain. Therefore, son, Mahapurush, main male, in other words, of this universe, just as how the sun rays, may you come into this moment, into my life, as the brightest light that exists. Give me the knowledge, give me the teaching that I could overcome saying I and mine. Give me the ability To overcome saying that I own this, this is mine, even my body. Help me for the purpose of gathering this insight about Prakriti and Purusha, how this world is created, how does it work. When somebody says your body is full of elements, how those elements work. Help me to understand as if you are showing me the hand inside the puppet. When we watch Sesame Street, sit down. When you watch Sesame Street and the children are in love with Elmo. This is a nice example. I see Elmo and I love him. But all Elmo is somebody's hand inside doing something that you are seeing. Sankhya Yoga is where you understand the hand in this example and not getting caught up with the various puppets that the hand uses to convey a message in that show. Babe, learn to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Learn to say A, B, C, D. The child, because of their lack of vision, does not understand, or there is an uncle hand going like this. They think Elmo is real. Elmo is my friend. Elmo is teaching me something. I want, just like a stupid child, follow me, a stupid child, think about the parent that have to go and spend money for Elmo this and Elmo that. Think about the person who know what the truth is, watching you, and look how you running down Elmo. And Elmo ain't even real. Look how you're buying Elmo bag, Elmo lunch kit. But Elmo lunch kit don't make the food more nourishing. It is just to nourish your eye. And then you say, you know what, Elmo love me. Elmo have business with you. Elmo, I know your name. Is a nice way to understand God. People get tired up with tikka. People get tired up with janeu. People get tired up with clothes. And he wear blue, I wearing blue. And you're getting tired up with all this puppetry. And you are studying what real. Real is the hand inside the puppet. And he twisting his voice to song male. He's twisting his voice to song female. You're going to say, oh, male better than female. All is just a hand. All is the same. When you understand, Elmo, that hand is just using blue fur, red fur. Imagine somebody say, I prefer Big Bird, I hate Elmo. The parent go watch the child and say, God, you stupid. If you watch it like that, you understand what Sankhya Yoga telling you. Why would you take unreal puppet, a blue fur, just like how you're going to say black skin worse than white skin. Hitler believed all man to be a good man should have blue eyes, a certain height requirement. Then you are God's people. I have to live in a place, in a country, then I am good. When you hear the Israelites and the Israel people have more life, more right to life now. This morning there is an operation where they're killing people in that place called Gaza. And they're saying that we have a right to live. Those people could starve and die. Imagine if you understood the hand in the puppet. How stupid that look. Then when people learn and they realize, but God, boy, this child, look how this child watching this show. Look how you're getting confused. Look how you're getting tied up. You getting so caught up in the show. I calling out Elmo, Elmo when I sleeping. Elmo, I coming, I dreaming Elmo too. And with the mother and father, they say, what you gonna do, boy? Children will do childish things. Fools will do foolish things. You don't hate because that person know less or understand less. You just understand what's going on there. And you say, right, I don't want to make that mistake. Me ain't going and follow Elmo. Me ain't going to fall into foolishness. I am who I am. I understand what I understand. Me, I could close this Bhagwat and just talk Sesame Street and everybody do it. One of the hardest sciences in Hinduism is replicated in simple examples right or wrong way. It's just if the persons watch it from the right vision, you will see how God is teaching you. But we don't pay attention. We just get caught up with the red fur and the blue fur distracting you. He says, Mother, in this form, I have taken this role to help you overcome the deleterious or the breaking effects of the senses, to see beyond what is looking like reality, and for you to understand who is really making the sunrise, making time pass, beating your heart, helping the machinery of the breath to sustain the life in your body. My mode is to help that. For that reason, do not, hear this part, do not celebrate the place I am born. We just worship Ayodhya. See the other day, the big fuss about Ram Murti. Don't celebrate the place I am born. Don't celebrate the time I am born. Christian Janam is next week Friday. You go see first. Do not celebrate my form. You ever see a Kapil Murti, for example? Celebrate the message I bring. Don't lose sight of anything. In today's world, we have a lot of Ram flag. People go in there now. When I see me meeting with the man who just do all the big tours when I was with Pandit Sunil. Go in there, everybody want to go in there and make up my money, I want to go. Where you going? I'm going to Ayodhya, I have to touch Ayodhya. I have to reach, which is good, don't get me wrong, don't feel bad talking it. Go. How much people know Ramayana? How much people take the time to sit down with the book and just read what the same Ram, what make Ayodhya bless, what make Vrindavan bless, what make it powerful. How much of it you know? When you watch it like that, then you realize, but the blessedness, the message, if Vrindavan, if Kurukshetra is holy, because Krishna talk there. Don't let me go into what he talk. He talked there. He lived there. And if I go there and I bow to the earth because of the content, wow, it's blessed. Imagine if he talk here too. When tomorrow we're doing the Gita Mahatyam, you're going to hear wherever the Bhagavad Gita is kept, wherever it is read, wherever it is studied, Prayagraj, Kashi, Gaya, all these places are there, meaning the blessedness of the earth. The place becomes sanctified because of that content. So, of all the book, watch the size of this nice one again. Of all the book Hindu have, this Gita is the only one that come pocket size, so you could literally put it in your purse or your pocket, and then the body of Krishna make any desk, any car, any purse, Vrindavan, where Krishna live. This is why when the prayer is going on and you hear people say Vrindavan, Biharilal, Vrindavan is wherever he is, because wherever he is, he make it blessed. This is how you get it. So Kapil Muni said, do not do my puja, don't get distracted. Focus on yoga, practice the method. And in doing it, you're going to learn God realization. I now realize where God is doing, how he does work, like the hand inside Elmo. And self-realization, I so stupid. I did not know that that was a hand inside a Elmo, and I thought Elmo really talking to me and telling me I should get up in the morning and offer me dar. I was arting Elmo. I was only studying Elmo Chalisa. I was only studying how to make Elmo Parsad, but I was not listening or studying the message of Elmo. If I learn to listen to Elmo more, and stop only watching Elmo, maybe I might do better or be better. In that example, that is where you call self-realizing. When somebody's studying Sankhya Yoga, you want to go deeper from a knowledge perspective. If anything in this jug, you realize how much we did not know. That is to realize yourself, I weak, and I really have to buck up. In simple language, Kapil says, Mother, if you practice this, then you will realize how much of this life is mine and how much of this life is really granted by God. Because if this life is mine, in the first verse of his teaching, the time that you have, it would have been yours to control. But I have no control over my start date and my stop date. In fact, the only thing I could do is cause trouble between them two dates for myself. What bad habits I pick up or choose to do, that is the only thing I could do. But I have no control when this life leaves the body. Destiny even says for some people that are mentally unstable, by the hand of fate, the person is prone to suicide. For example, the child now born, Christian Janam come in, Yashoda Mata, whole Christian, and when the Godfather come to give him the name, when he said this child name will be Keshava because of the curly hair that he will have. In it, he said he will rise above and he will be hated by many people and he will be loved by many people. People will remember his name. So too, when they give him the name in the Nam Sanskar, they will say this person will live long. This person will live very short. Be careful, mommy. This person will have self-destructive tendency. The person would want to kill themselves or be reckless in their choices. So the mother is know from the get, careful with this. If, for example, you're examining your child, listen to Janamashmi discourse, you're going to hear Mother Yashoda, Mother Kaushalya strip the child naked. And in the naked, they're watching for mark. Where's the mark? If, all respect to everybody, if the child have a mole on the private part, anywhere for the male, anywhere for the female, the person will be sexually out of control. They will be ruled by that organ. So if anybody come and touch them and they get the yes feeling, they're gone. People like that, they tend to break away, run away from school to be with the person, to have premature sex, premarital sex. For that reason, they are grown to think, well, I will have a love marriage. Love marriage of the 8th type of marriage. Brahma marriage is when the father, because she's pure, he could give Shindan. But Gandharva marriage is love marriage. This is the type of marriage you do, not this Jaimal marriage. Jaimal marriage or table wedding only exists in Trinidad. That type of wedding is done when the girl big belly, she cannot sit on the ground, and you're calling God on her height. That is the only difference. It have no other difference. She cannot sit on the ground to squeeze the belly because the bladder will cause her to run to the toilet. So put it on a chair where she could sit comfortably and get married. Notice how many table weddings you see now as people learning this stuff and that craziness. If the people who getting married already had children, to be quite open, or divorced or widowed and they're remarrying, there is a style of the 8 called Gandharva or a love marriage. In that marriage, that is for people who already make children, already had sex, already living together as common law, and you want to marry, okay, do this type of wedding. It is allowed. In that case, the mother and the father have to be careful. I agree, it is nice when parents in this situation, the police could tell you, you're seeing this child missing, where's the girl child? And the police will tell you, careful, don't panic. Sometimes it's a love relationship. They run away, they're hiding behind a fig tree singing Sohani Rat, whatever. It happened. And who does feel bad or shame? The mother, the father. So when the person say in the Janamashmi Katha, upon the body, I saw only positive marks. Think about the knowledge this lady have to watch the toe, the first toe, the second toe, to understand what this body telling me. The widow mark, the 2 mole on the head. Careful, mommy, got drunk. Don't let him go find the water. Ma, I want to go. We want to go and swim. You're not going. So the mother now is guided by God, not nobody else. Who put the mark there? I make the child, but I did not make the mark on the body. So the mother is guided in this example by God, telling you, listen, pay attention to this. You need to watch for high temper when you watch the skin. and you watch carefully where the hair growing, boy or girl. Usually they just take a square, like a little piece of the flesh, and they're watching this, when you pull back the hair, if you're seeing 2 strands of hair, 3 strands of hair growing from a single paw, the 3 strands off the top of my memory, I'm subject to correction, it does mean that the child will have a very high temper. When the child have high temper, borderline abusive, hitting, whether the consort, friend in school, oh God, only fighting, he's a bully, he gets suspended from school. What does parents do? If you go on that prayer area there where the murti is, just like how Ganesh Baba have a black form, Uchista Ganesh. Uchista Ganesh, when people are doing black magic, worship this form with the stotra, Ganesh Baba remove these obstacles. Ganesh Baba, it have a red form. It only thing there when you're doing the arati. Watch it. I bowing to you. Why? I don't know. Why you looking red? I don't know. But the red form, Sindura Ganapati, if the person has like the red, a rage, a fire, a burning inside, a fight, a kill, the slightest thing, as we just said, this blood's close to the skin, quick to aggress. Ganesh Baba, calm down that. Don't let him get himself in trouble. Don't let him go to jail. When the person have narcissistic qualities and they want to control, and if you don't do what else could happen. A kicking you out, a beating you, a taking away the money, financial abuse, etc. Ganesh Baba, use my only recourse. Take away that heat, that flame, and calm down the person. Women just do that prayer with Mount Vrat where they stay quiet and they offer that as the prasad. Think about the girl who cannot pray. You're praying on my head, you're praying for me to dead, you're praying for your next man, you're praying. So the girl is afraid to go to the temple. She's afraid to fast. She has to cook the meat or else. So in a case like that, it have to have a prayer. Otherwise, me, I will get help. I got to live like this and catch my tail for all my days. So this is where Manas pray. This is where the Mount Vrat for that former Ganesh Baba. I don't know if I leave here, you will kill my children. Dear God, you make some people naturally born mad. And you didn't mad narcissist, you lie and you play your sweet like sugar when we getting married. And then when I'm married, now I've seen your tendency. Ganesh Baba, you have to fix that. But you have to know Ganesh, you have to know prayer, you have to know how to manipulate your situation, to use your prayer to get where you need, where you help, what you're looking for. If you ain't no Ganesh, what you going to do? Baba, I go drink that Gramazone now. Think about the person's head when they can't take no more and they're giving up. Well, where you want blood? How much I could do if I cook a bad, if me I cook a bad, if I cook curry a bad, if I cook stew a bad, if me I cook a bad, if I go by my mother, you're going looking for man, if I stay here, you have a man, a bad. Then the only recourse, but I just dead. Hindus say when you see a life going like that, because not everybody life sweet. People is come temple and they will smile. The pundit is come and smile. You feel pundit don't get horn and cheated on. You feel pundit. You think for yourself. A lady married a man to hug up like snake on a tree when the place cold. And the pundit, the stupid self, sit down and I sing us at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the night going pep, 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 pep. Somebody just hug up the mango tree too, It just happened. It then makes sense we lie to each other, we talking truth. Trouble could come for you, it could come for me. In the same way, cancer has no race, it has no religion, it will hit all of we. Then when you talk race, when you talk religion, look how stupid you're talking. Trouble could be prejudicial? No. What you prejudiced for? How you could think the solution to the problem all are we facing is for some and not all. This is what Sankhya Yoga is about. In a very simple way, take the teachings of reality, of truth, and put it in your life. You don't get tied up with all the different rules. Me, I say the rules, the fasting bad, but it's the first step. It has more steps to climb. And when you're really in a different place, maybe not Kurta, but you're in a different moment, you're in the job, maybe it have a way to pray. You're in the hospital, it have a way. If you only know the way, well, then you're going to practice it. He says, Mother, this is why if a person learns the true face of feature of God, the day pain come, you're one way. The day pleasure come, you're one way, because you realize laugh and cry, live in the same house. And you're enjoying happiness now. By later things could change. So I have to be vigilant. In Gita, he said the same thing, you know. But he said it a little more technical. If you know that child right now is the source of my happiness, Rawan was a baby too. Cooing and everybody want to play with him. And he just grow up to be a beast. Grow up to kick you. You take your life where he tell you your whole day is to make money. And your whole night is to sleep. You will take your time that God give you, and you will take the time and throw it behind. Baba working hard for my children, buying land, buying gold. One day they're going to have, and one day they're going to take the land, they're going to take the gold and throw you away. That is the reality. So the person now, don't get caught up in the pain. The pain, the longest rope have an end. It have a purpose. Otherwise, people like Sudama would have killed themselves long time. If you listen to that Sudama Katha, you're going to find a very hard and stubborn man. You know? People say, oh, look how nice. He went by Krsna and he got a Mahal, he got a house. Think about the first day he was hungry. The children born hungry, remain hungry, the body macerate. For a fat fella like me, if it was one day you could have lost weight, it would be good. But for me to get maga and thin, it means a suffering for more than one day. It means for more than one day that lady in that house was telling him, boy, go and walk now, get up and do something. I'm a pundit, I only live by Siddha and Dakshna. I can't go and cut grass for a living. Think what I seen. Hunger didn't come one day. One day you reach to the point I suffer enough. So I'm listening now. I'll get up and I go, and when you go on, you still ask him for where you went for, you know. You get distracted. And God say, you know what, you suffer enough. The longest rope, the pain you're going through, have an end. Is if you go survive to live it, to see it. If you had the faith, when you're in pain, you go pray. You don't give up, you don't commit suicide, you don't throw away your faith, you don't throw away your method or the medicine that could help you. You could imagine you have a headache and you take the paracetamol and throw it through the window. You stupid, eh? You see how stupid we is? This alcohol don't work, whoop. When you hear somebody say that picture I have in my house, I no value again, that is how stupid that person is. Where you go vex with a fool for? He doing foolish things. A child does childish things. The toy break, man, I don't know that. That child? Look how stupid the child is. Pleasure, when things happy, when people have money. One day I went to do prayers, I said it earlier. And the person said, I have money in my pocket. Why praying to Lakshmi for? Why praying for? I have money. It ain't have money that I need. It have only more money. And I know where my dollar coming from. In this discourse, in the next slope, he tell him, when the person does this type of prayer where you realize what's the benefit of realizing God, in order to be neutral between pain and pleasure, the person gain 8 different type of Lakshmi, or the 8 form of Siddhi that come from Lakshmi. Comfort, health, success, courage, Vir, Maha, Vira Lakshmi, courage, friendliness, the ability to find common ground, to talk, to transfer. Imagine I is the emissary. I is the messenger of God, but I rough, I bitter like a Riley, but I trying to tell you, pray like me, do like me, and you will be like me. And somebody go, what? I want to be like you? Why would I want to be hated, ostracized, condemned because of how I just talk, or how I trying to inspire you? Who want to be like you? If the father and mother did it like that, stop your ways. Do what I say. Do it like me. I don't know how much children they say, I want to be like my father. Instead, when that lack of friendliness is there, the person says, I don't want to be nothing like my father. In we discourse, Sukadeva Goswami tells Ved, his father, as blessed as they are, I don't want to follow your lifestyle. You write Bhagavad and I don't agree with your entire premise, your entire prayer. I don't want nothing you're offering. So in Ramayana, when he talks about when you want to convince somebody, Sam, Dham, Dhand, Bid. Talk to them, Sam, Dham, rough them up. Bus to cuss. Let me say in light of a parent talking to a child with firm, do it so or else. Talk alone. Done, Bid is babe, pass the exam and I go let you go for a holiday by your aunt and them abroad. Bribery. Give me that, I'll give you this. If you do the homework, I go let you play a bit of a video game. I'll give you some screen time and you compromise. Friendliness. When the friend is stopped, you're listening, done, take up the stick and crack that. Different ways in different things, but the friendliness is usually the first step. The art of being a parent, how to coax them, babe, look, the food coming, the airplane coming, open your mouth, 1, 2, 3, and the same food that was not going, gone. Skills in your job, skills in your house. The girl, when she married, she didn't know how to cook a roti. And then something happened inside her. It smelled, here what I was saying, ladies, it smelled like the salt enough. It got, but don't worry. We had to taste nothing, that pot ready. I cook. Not so, right? Who give you that? Where that come from? People can't teach your nose. Think what I say. Somebody could tell you smell that you so enough salt, the smell. And the last one, 7-1, dignity. Sometimes the best are the best when we're young. We're rude. You want to show your body. You're looking for woman, man looking for man. In today's world, man looking for man too, you know. Different people targeting different things. And then as age comes, some people have the blessing of changing. You know where to see that dignity? Imagine a son reached our age, a mature, and the grandfather reached our age, and the grandfather, by God's grace, he don't feel he's Rambo. But imagine how shame the son or the grandson will feel. Look, he can't walk good, and he's still tackling the people, cheering, oh God, look how this thing looking. Oh God, hey, I can't carry you no way. I can't carry you no way. You know what to say, you don't know what is not to be said. How you go watch the people, granddaughter, you're 90 years old, and so you go talk. Shut your mouth. No? That dignity, because God activated in the person. This is why Hindus talk about ashram. Leave young people think for young people. Last night we hear how the husband is have to compliment the wife. Like part of he ashram. That is part of he girl, you look good in that clothes, you know. Only the husband supposed to say that. Only when the husband tell you your shape, your figure, you look, you smell nice, that is part of it. If I do say it, young boys today do not know how to talk to a girl. Socializing problems are part of Kali Yuga, you know. It is as if you do not know how to approach, how to talk, how to woo, how to keep your partner in this life. Do it because I say to do it. That is all you know. The last one, the Lakshmi that you get when you learn to be balanced in good and bad moments in your life is good memory. When Lakshmi Mata is with the person, and I know Lakshmi is there with me because me have a good memory. I talk to you today, tomorrow, I forget that. Look at the 90, where he was 99? 99-year-old Pandit who come. If you damn the man, you are like the man, you could damn anybody. Fine. Everybody could damn you. Could you at 99 years old remember the old bhajan, verse to verse to verse to verse? Me, I had that. I wish I had that memory. That memory is equivalent to one of the 8 forms of Lakshmi. If you live the right way, if you practice the knowledge in your personal thoughts and thinking, Lakshmi becomes activated inside of you. Courage does not mean tangible wealth. Courage is something inside that motivates the person to be firm. I worship Hanuman, that I want to be firm, and he's a coward. I'm a spiritual coward. You ever see spiritual coward? Spiritual coward, when they are around Christian people, they can't say Sitaram. A shame. A spiritual coward is a person when they reach any plane and they land in New York because we're in a different country and people go watch me, I can't bow to the ground. A shame. Remember a long time when we said shame a roti and muko and thing in brown paper? You're shame. But as you get the knowledge, me have to shame a roti. Now everybody running down Mr. Roti. The concept, the same roti a change, you change. For example, when the person becomes more knowledgeable and the character and the conduct change, Lakshmi comes alive in the person. The life that the person want, they could get it. So now you realize I reach into an age and I'm comfortable. Within my body, I have health. I could walk up the step. I have a grandchild who's only want to hold my hand. Papa, don't fall, you know. Come on, let me make a snack for you. I want to watch the whole Indian movie with you. That comfort, that joy, you have it. You have it. How do you get it? Is how you think and how you approach God mentally now. How you live your life. But if you only use your murti and your prayers, oh God, bandit come in, Shri Guru Chara, only then you know God. Only then I know, I exam, then I know Saraswati. Then you're going to get the joy. You're going to be running to God only out of fear. Me making money, pray to Lakshmi. When I'm making money, don't forget about Lakshmi. When I have trouble, run to Hanuman. When you have no trouble, well, one day now we're going to deal with you. You're going to hold on for the while. But if the person have the right concept and they become part and parcel of your daily life, this is how life becomes. Ma, the person that is impure because of their karma, when they manifest Lakshmi in their life, they could overcome lust, covetousness. Your land is my land. For example, passion. The mind becomes purified. The body will follow suit because of the things that they do. So, for example, it is possible that the meat mouth, the Warahoon type young fella, as he get older, could say, you know what, I drink enough, I smoke enough, I run enough women, and I want to change. I want a better. If that sounds strange, remember, Valmiki was the fellow who wrote the first Ramayana, the original Ramayana. He was a bandit, murderer, womanizer, kidnapper, side the road, robbing people side the road, and he evolves to the person that Hanuman and Ram gives the initiation to write poetry. Till today we read it. Is it possible that a person could uplift in the eyes of God? Many examples exist. This is how you do it. When a person accesses this knowledge of how to approach their life, instead of you becoming attached, what is the heightened step in Sankhya Yoga? Using all these different tactics of activating neutrality, the person is basically, you have a job, do your job, you get the salary, pay for the bread, maintain your wife, your husband, your children, do your duty. But what am I attached to? In order for me to get that salary, God bless my job, God bless the car, God bless the house, God may you bless this food. You become attached to God and you will hear the person say, well, I have to bless my food, I have to bless this car when I buy the car, I have to bless my pencil before my exam. I'm doing everything you put in front of me. But I am attached to God. God, I'm drinking this tablet. God, I'm going for surgery. Bless the day. Dear God, bless the hand. When you're here in India, the doctor going to take up his duty. When you put the ticker here, the Ashwin Kumar, you are about to do surgery or some technical procedure for somebody. Bless my hand, guide my hand, that I must do it correct. The person is able to attach themselves to God. And because of this verse 22, the person has patience, kind-hearted, friendliness to all beings, not some. Or to consider what I'm saying as a pundit that is meet all walks of life. But suppose I was patient and loving and very teaching to only rich people. And poor people, man, catch your tail. That's your business. If I did that, you would watch me and say, Pundit, you're wrong. Simply, Pundit, you're wrong. That's all I see. The person becomes a pious person. They fix their reverence to me. Kapil Muni Vishnu Bhagwan says, the person wants me. The person believes in me. Vishnu Baba, they're the type of person, they're on the couch, they're in the hammock, and they're going to have the religious pity because what the pity here. I want when I lie down here, I must see my God and talk to him. Boy, I now get up from my sleep. I dream this child fall down in the pond walk and I dream you just send me there. Me are doing puja, me are fast, me are doing hawan, but I'm talking to him in my hammock. That is how people reach to that. I'm touching myself. My friend is God. The person is want now. Instead, they want to hear, instead of gossip or read what politics have, they want to hear what the pundit talk about last night, and they get very irritated if the pundit talk gossip. For example, if the pundit talk about how I like dal, and you must cook dal with carrots, and we waste time. The person doesn't have time to talk stupidness and garbage like that. But the person say, if you sit down and tell me why this put camphor on the baby, oh, I never know that. Lord Vishnu, look, I learned something today. I reach old, my hair getting gray, and he's still teaching my boy. Thank you. You're able to ascend to that. Having their minds fastened on me. There's no suffering or frustration. There's only lessons that in that person's vision, lessons that Lord Vishnu is sending to the person. Prabhu, what kind of pain you're giving me today? What kind of trouble is this today? If you know you're ready for me, don't let me suffer and man take me. Don't let me drag. If you're ready for me, take away the pain. The idea that you could dispense and recoil pain. That is not the devil work. But God work. Not everybody have that understanding. But when you have the knowledge and you could reach to that level where nobody around you, nobody know, but then you know who you talking to and what you're talking about. Dear God, may you know where this virus come out from. Lady Lifna, Lady medicine work, Lady bush work, let them drop some Zabapik for me. Oh God, help me now, God. Help me to feel better. You lie down dribbling in that pillow. Nobody and no way you're saying, but he listening. Then the person having their mind on me, not looking at pain as suffering, because remember now we balance. Good day, bad day, are talking to him. The person is able to rise to me and achieves me in this life. Anything that has to do with me becomes siddha, becomes sweetness in their ears. They revel. Tell me more. I want to hear that. I could watch the news or I could watch satsang home on my TV. Put on the satsang, when the satsang playing, all the shut all them out, no noise here. I want to hear and you enjoy it. Blessed Mother, blessed are the people that have this love and this devotion to me in this way, where I do not have a murti, where I do not have a physical form, but their constant companion like a shadow, knowing that I am standing right there. That realization means that because I'm right there, we talk a lot like friends. Siddharam. But if your idea of God, he's in the murti, he's in the temple, well, me I go talk to you, you're there with me. I go talk to you when I come by the murti, or I come in the temple, or I go to bow to you. Then I will talk to you when I meet you. Then you're going to hear the person who don't understand it. They're going to say, well, dear God, I'm going by. See you. I'll see you next week Sunday when I come temple, for example. Ma, if the person does this, the person is able to get mukti or liberation from all the karma, the birth, the death, the birth, the death. If I eat in a dead house, when I go to read before Bandara, it says that you are eating in an unclean place. You know, they like to open the trunk when they go by the cremation ground. And all the ashes from the burning body just go on the chicken and the goat and get that extra flavor that you don't get by your house. You have to eat it. What is the problem? When you eat there, because it is unclean, in your next life, the food might be delectable. Last night, them children telling me about snow cone and snow cone. When you eat the snow cone, my Baba did is selling it on the creek, so we eat it. Okay, in your next life, or even when you're going home today, watch the highway. When you see the dog dead and the body swell and it blow and it splatter on the road, ask yourself what the soul that was in that dog, what that dog do to get a death like that. And the answer from Hindu is that when you eat in unclean places such as cremation, cemetery ground, those type of unclean place, you will inherit a birth where you are a strange, a scavenger dog, a scavenger animal that nobody will love. You could be born a dog and get diamond necklace and the best food. Today's world, dog inheriting people money and land. That is the truth. And then you see that kind of dog that nobody would know if a drop of water pinder while it living, nobody feeding it or studying if the sun hot it thirsty. And God make the dog too. What that dog do then with that knowledge, me are going and eat in no dead house. I see the pundit, they offer him alupai, they offer the best. Thanks. No thanks. Thanks. When you see Bandara do and Sapinda offer, I go take cedar, Dachna, anything you offer me, apple, alupai, you name it. That is the time everybody eat. Eat. But the host doing the job, their job is to offer. Your job is to know the truth. Hear the word, truth. Your job is to know the reality. Not because somebody offer you something, mean you eat it, somebody come up to me, pundit you a leg or a breast. Brother, thanks for the offer, but I don't eat them things. I don't want that. In the same way, I don't eat in unclean place. Thanks for the offering. I love to drink punching. I know you want me to take a drink today. I understand that. Thank you for your hospitality, but not right now, not at this moment. And you save yourself. Mother, when a person live like that with that knowledge, with that way, the person will find, purify themselves and come to me. Instead of being born in this example as the dog to blow up on Gasparilla or fly over like this morning, I will go to my God because of the discipline I practice in this life. So when the soul getting to go, he will have to come back as a dog. He will get to go to God. He has no karma now. Only good karma, not bad one. Ma, if you practice this, the person is able to attain a state of emancipation or becoming free from being like a slave. You're trapped in this body and you are forced to do work. You're forced to born. You're forced to enjoy pain and suffering for the duration of your life. When you're in your mother belly, if, as according to Hindu book, if she eat pepper, it will burn you. If she don't drink water, you suffer. You suffer inside. Imagine the belly getting bigger and then it stop getting bigger. You growing and you're getting squeezed. God, take me out of this jail cell, please. Suffer your whole life when teeth come in. When you're getting belly pain for women. When period pain become pregnancy pain. When you go forward and you live to see the death of your family, the death of your children, pain. When the life have to come out of your body, pain. From start to finish you suffer. You want to continue in that? Then live right. Live knowing who the hand inside Elmo is. And study the hand, don't study Elmo. For example, Ma, if the person live with this knowledge, then you call that person Jivan Mukt. they have gained mukti or liberation. They're ready now to go to God. While they are alive, nobody offer pinda, nobody do shrad, none of this. Just by the life they live. Sri Hari Vishnu expounded all of these things to this lady. How to overcome this life and all the things in this life called Maya, or the goddess, the same Durga, that makes things happen to trap, to test the soul. And when you overcome Maya, when you look past all she tricks, remember the example, if somebody offer you a snow cone or a drink on the creek, them doing their job, they being hospitable, you rise above it, and inside at this test, inside at the person saying eat or drink, you say, this is not the place, me I want on thanks, and you overcome that. Likewise, when she tests you, let me see where you go do. Let me see where you go do in different ways. You rise above it using knowledge. I know that alupai tastes nice, but this will cause damn if I eat here now. I'm not going to fall for this trap or trick. Thanks, but no thanks, uncle. A good, a fasting. I want that today. In many ways, you are tested every day by that same goddess. And if you rise above it, if the child say, come, let me go and take drugs. If the child say, let me break school, let me run away, let me go and make love and get pregnant, they go, can't stop me. And the person say, no, I am not going to let down my father. And you break Maya. Who doing that? That is the goddess putting a test in your life, for example. And the person passed the test. That is how you evade the trap for hurting your father. You gotta come back and pay your father. Somebody go hurt you. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Kapil Muni says, nobody except Sri Hari Vishnu is able to deliver a Kritya from all the fears, the person, from all the misery, all the suffering from this world. For this reason, if the person understands that the wind blows because of fear of Lord Vishnu, the sun warms because of the fear of Lord Vishnu, if I don't do my job, trouble will come. Simple language, it is from me that Indra allows rains to fall. It is because of me, Vishnu, that the fire burns the offerings in the Havan. If the person understands how much I, Vishnu, control, then you focus on me, live for me, work with me. Daivin Gita, I say, if you're giving something, eating something, doing something, do it for me. This is why in your prayers, Sindur, Saffron, Chandan, perfume, Krishna Arpan, Krishna Arpan, Krishna Arpan. Simple example, in his name, I give this. Ashain Parsad, Krishna Arpan, I'm blessing my food, Krishna, bless this food. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. If the person is able to attach this intense bhakti, yoga, or devotion in different ways to me, the person becomes steady, equilibrium, balance in this life, overcoming fears, anxiety, etc., and very calmly enjoy this life. And when the life leaves the body, does not suffer, does not go through hardship, but very easily attains me, Vishnu. I come myself to receive such souls. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Before we do Arti, we're going to do one verse from the Sahasranam. Sahasranam of Lord Vishnu is 1,000 names. That name means 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. It is given from Bhishma to Yudhishthir in the Anushnika Parva, or that chapter of Mahabharata. Imagine the grandfather is bleeding because of all the arrows in his body, and he's still making time to teach this child about the name and the form of Lord Vishnu. He says the name and the form, that is how you get liberation. And he teach him all the name, 901 name unique. The rest was where you put Sham, and you say Sham mean dark, Sham, come again, Sham mean beautiful, and he double up on the meaning, on some cases up to 1,000. This one verse is something which is used when people have problem. After saying the name, he said this passage. Please put your hands together and I'll say it and then I'll explain it. Vanamali Gari Sanki Chakri Cha Nandike Sriman Narayana Vishnu Vasudevo Bi Rakshato. Protect me, O Narayan, the one who sleeps on the ocean. You who wear the flowers that grow in the flowers that grow in the forest. You who have the mace, the shank, the sword, and the chakra. I call upon you, Vishnu, O Vasudeva, O merciful Lord, to protect me. Vrindavan Bihari Lala ki Jai. That verse is chanted and the person believes that Lord Vishnu comes down in the place. When you hear we doing the Shiva Hare and the sprinkling the water, in that passage it says, Krishna, make me victorious, make me able to rise above the different threat, the different pain, the different trouble in my life. And it says that when you use this prayer in the Vishnu Sahasranam, that the person could now face any adversary, any person or situation and overcome it because of the loving grip that Lord Vishnu, he becomes the armor around the person. It is a prayer when you see the lifting, when they're doing the Shama Pratna and they're doing the Visarjan and they lift the Kalsa. Watch them, how did it take when they touch and they're passing it on the whole body. The reason it is basically rub down your body. You're asking God to anoint me with that protective energy, that whatever I have to face tomorrow, bless me to face it and win. This is why we do what we do. This is what is the value of today as we're going to close Bhagavad this evening. By this evening, when the last reading of Bhagavad is done, and we're going to close off that Bedi, the Vibhuti or the greatness of the prayer, the Bhasma, has the charge. So the person like Lord Shiva is take the Bhasma and rub it on the body. The person tomorrow morning when the Pandit them come, who was here last year, they will take the eyes of Lord Vishnu or the peacock feather and pass it on the person. Remember, people come here for help. When people have trouble, when they hear how Varaha make the kush grass, they will take the kush grass stick, use prayer and jari the person, and then put it in the same fire, burn it, dissipate the energy, let it go. Quickly burn it. That is the difference between the peacock feather and the kush grass. This one with the kush is used to burn sickness and trouble, just like how people is burn the onion skin and the garlic skin. Some of that is not Hindu based, some of that is Baptist. That is not wholesale Hindu. This talk about onion and garlic as because of the hormonal side, it is not sattvic. So using something to pull, like we say some people is jar with flowers or clove. You could use it, but it will not break down quick. If I throw the flowers by the root to rotten, to go back in the earth, that will take days. But when you use the kush grass, because of the devatas present on it, the Vishnu content, and I burn it, when I oxidize it, the energy is moving and going back into the atmosphere, the Akash, the Ida. When you take the peacock feather, like how Lord Krishna had the peacock feather on the crown. Remember last year we talked about how or why Yashoda Mata just put that peacock feather on the crown is a warding off agent, the eyes of Vishnu on it. So wherever the feather they bad can come. So this lady had a child who problematic. Anyway, go people trying to kill him. Something always happening to him. So when you leave my house to go and play with your friend and them, let a guard be on your body and push away bad. Me and you just do the same thing when you see a come to Jari and the person using the feather from top to bottom, wherever the eye of Vishnu or the form of Vishnu, you wash your foot in the Charan Amrit, you take it prasad because he eat it. Everything with Vishnu purifies the person from negativity, from suffering and sickness. So when people are concluding Bhagavad, if it is only a think, I should sit down and listen, you are losing half of the opportunity. This is a day to actively bless yourself, drink blessed things, put blessed mark. When you see people have black ticker, on the body, that black because it come from the ashes from the fire. So when the yag done and you take it on your body, dear God, if my aura is get weak, when I go, for example, wedding, and I only coming home with diarrhea and sickness, God sit down on me and protect me, seal the gates in my body. When I go to sleep, don't let me see bad. If I rub shoulders with people, don't let me get sense that who dead and was spirit around them. I don't want my gift to be polluted. Then the person is sealed their body with God, with Lord Vishnu. This is why when you're coming into the prayers and it is put on your body, you just do it, but you doesn't know why you're doing it. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Everybody, this brings me to the end of session 19. What? Wait a minute. Okay. Okay, no problem. Everybody, as we conclude this morning, I can't believe it's only 10 o'clock. Stick to the time, look at that. Yeah. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Jai Sitaram. For those people that will be here for the next reading, there is a Upanishad that talks about, you see that Maha mantra we was talking in the first day. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Why is that called Maha mantra? These children and many singers, many musicians, let's get it wrong. They just sing, but they're singing for the wrong reason. For that reason, we said Sada Yag. I take a bet with a pundit that I could read Bhagwat without one drum, without one song. Because what the song does do, check yourself. I go to temple, I have a jug in my yard, and they go sing 3 songs. The pundit they have to talk. The pundit they're teaching. They go sing a chalisa, 5 minutes can pass. The pundit they're talking, the pundit they're teaching, time passing. Then they go sing our next song after the katha, 8:30 in the night. They go push to 9 o'clock, sing. Less time spent learning. In this one, you hear how I go? Because I've been talking for 20 odd sessions. In this year, we get to really just hear Bhagwat, nothing else. My lesson to them is if you get the chance to sing, so I teaching them without teaching them. When you get a chance to sing croak, I'm literally croaking. But sing in this jog for the duration in the night. All I hear how people sing on their own for who hear in the night. When you ever hear any jog with I didn't have chorus, this today I plug on a second mic. I keep the PA system by me and I only leave one mic, no other mic for the whole thing. And the audience was my chorus. When I couldn't sing, them sing. And in my mind, in the longest time, I hear people sing so. And when it's done, the calmness, the peacefulness that you're feeling, you know where you're feeling in your life. This evening, lunchtime session, we will go into that Bhagwat, but also touch on that mantra. So if somebody says, sing the name of God, like how we learn what Govinda mean, when you get the chance to sing it, trust me, you're going to sing it. Vrindavan Bihari Lal Ki Jai. Sajam cha. Everybody, let me stand up. We're going to do Arti. Sorry. Sajam cha Varti Sanyuktam Grahina Yojitam Mayam Deepam Grahana Devesham Trailokya Timirapaham.
जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से है तारती ये अमर ग्रंथ ये मुक्ति पंथ ये पंचमें वेद निरिलाना नर ज्योति जगाने वाला हरे ज्ञान यही वरदान यही हरि ज्ञान यही वरदान यही जग के मंगल की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय तवा वन पुनीत पापन कुनवाने वाला हरि दर्शन देने वाला हे सुख करनी हे दुख हरनी हे सुख हरनी हे दुख हरनी यह मधुसूदन की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती ये मरुग बोला जग पंड कोला सन मार्ग दिखाने वाला बिगड़ी को बनाने वाला श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही श्री राम यही घनश्याम यही प्रभु की महिमा की आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती जय जय भागवत भगवान की है आरती पापियों को पाप से तारती पापियों को पाप से तारती
गोविंद बोलो हरि everybody
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो हरि गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
गोविंद बोलो गोपाल बोलो
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद
राधा रमन हरि गोविंद बोलो
राधा रमन हरि
Radharamana Hari Govinda Bolo.
Together, everybody. Dear Lord, thank you for the opportunity, for the lesson, the introduction to the teachings of Kapil Muni. As we continue today, as we wrap up this book of Bhagwat, this section, this Skanda, bless us to walk away with the grace, the fortitude that could come to a person by simply listening to this section. Dear God, as we conclude this portion of our day's proceeding, we ask you to reward each person and their family with the prasad, with the blessing of the Charanamrit, what it will bring to a person's life. Allow us to go home better, dear God, by the healing words of your guidance. Bless us to remember. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva Tvameva bandhu Tvameva vidya Tvameva sarvam Tvameva sarvam. Together, everybody. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. Umapati Mahadeva ki, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki, Paunasutta Hanuman ki, Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki, Jai Jai Sitaram.